If you had to give 3 tips to anybody getting into the innovative space, whether it's some type of adaptive, well, it more than likely will be some type of adaptive process that they want to, whether they're dealing with something and they decide, hey, this is a good adaptive device to help people in this industry. What 3 tips would you give them? Or thoughtful
really validate
lessons?
First thing I would say, and it's not one of the 3 tips, but find help, right? If you can get into an accelerator, get into all of it, because that will help with ideation, like it will help with everything. And it may end up a pivot. And it may not change the DNA of what you're doing, but it may be a pivot. So maybe that is the first tip. Find help, get help, and find communities that you may have a connection to, either a disadvantaged business, woman-owned business, disabled business, veteran-owned business, right? Hopefully you can find something. Go to alumni organizations. Someone may help you out. So use your affinities to find that help. And if you can get into and I say an accelerator because it's structured, right?
Right.
Secondly, be fearless. Like when I started doing this, and still, I called CEOs of other knife manufacturers who were amazingly helpful. Like a shout out to the CEO of Buck Knives, super helpful guy. A shout out to Jason Knight, who is one of the judges from the early seasons of Forge and Fire. I just called the guy up because there's other content, and he was super, super helpful. So you will find help where you least expect it. And the flip side of like reach out, be fearless is don't sit in your idea and say someone's going to steal it. No one.
Oh yes, that's a big one.
It's a lot of effort to bring something to market. And all, you're so close to your idea, like you don't want anyone to know. And the reality is, if it's a device, yes, get your patent protection and do all that, or find out if it's patentable. But a lot of those accelerators and stuff will prevent you from spending money on that kind of stuff. And as you're reaching out, people will tell you, here's some modifications that you can make. So it's all kind of that journey. And I would, another side note, along with reaching out, anybody who's got a device, get smart on patent stuff. Don't become a patent lawyer. I belong to a company called, or a nonprofit called usinventor.org. They are very, very big in helping regain and maintain the constitutional right that is your patent protection on something. But get smart on it, because people are like, well, I have a patent, I'm great. Well, the patent might not be written right, and you may really, really be in a situation where you're exposed. So kind of do that due diligence and just talk to as many people as you can. Friends, family, experts. And if you find somebody in a market that you want to get into, talk to them. They love talking about what they're going to do, right?
Okay.
And be passionate, right? Like it's something where it's hard enough to be genuine in like a day-to-day job, right? Like I've sold mortgages for 22 years. I'm looking at it. Is it my passion? Probably not. But find what you're good at and develop a passion about it with something like this, right? So everyone's like, follow your passion. I heard a great thing the other day. It was on a podcast from Scott Galloway, and he said, find what you're good at and do that. So
you're right.
Great idea. That, in a sense, is what you're good at. Create the passion around that and bring people along for the ride. And again, don't do it yourself. Get help. So I hope that was good advice.